Vivo sonhando, sonhando 1000 horas sem fim. Tempo em que vou perguntando se gostas.
You know, if today we discuss what is the legacy of the 68, forget it. 60 was, and it was in an incredible way a modernization of our society. But in some moment it was terrible. And I say this not because, and some people say then you are a renegade. No, I'm not. I tell you, this was a great moment, and perhaps I can explain it to you like this. When you're 23-year-old, little bit younger perhaps, the first time you make love, and it's wonderful. But if it's the only one in your life, it's terrible. So you stop to live with 23, or 22, or 21, or 19. No, at this time, 18, 19 was very young. No. But take it like this. And so I want to know that this was a moment in our life. But then the life continued, and the world continued, and the society continued. But then we have to say also which was the responsibility of our generation. For what? Negatively. And one of the negative responsibility of our generation is that coming out from this movement came out very terroristic groups and movements. And we can't say, oh no, we are the goods and the bad and nothing to do with us. This is not true. If we would say this, we would behave like our parents, not take responsibility for history. We have to take responsibility for our history. And if you put all the bad ideas, the wrong ideas were in the movement, and you make with this idea a chain, at the end you can arrive where the Red Army fraction was, the Red Brigade in Italy, or in Japan, the Red Army. And it's very interesting. The strongest terrorist group were Germany, in Italy, and in Japan. And if you have a little historical thinking, you understand. Why? Because in this society, another problem, a plus, was to fight also a fight a fight that the parents didn't fight. And it's interesting because in France, they didn't have the problem. The leftists later, they were in the tradition of the French resistance. So every French was in the resistance. The debate about the collaboration, very difficult. And when then we say, or I say, we have a moral responsibility, I want to make it clear with one example. Because for me, it is one of the very sad and a very explicit example. Hans Martin Schleyer was the boss of the patron, the employee, the business, the boss of the business boss. And this man was, in the 40s, member of the SS. And he was in Prague. And as a man of the SS, he was organizing the occupation of Prague. You know that in Prague, the head of the SS, Heinrich, was assassinated, 43, if I'm not wrong, by the Czech resistance. A lot of times, Schleyer was in the car with Heinrich. It could have been that he, at that day when Heinrich was assassinated, that he would have been in the car. He wasn't. So Heinrich was assassinated, Schleyer no. If Schleyer would have been assassinated in 43, nobody here would say it is a problem. On the contrary, everybody would have said, well done. No, we are 35 years later. Schleyer is, like what it is, the boss. He is a social boss. He is another man. We like it, we don't like it. He is responsible for the organization, for the social, more or less democratic German Republic. But it is a democracy. Now, because the Red Army want to liberate some of their comrades, they take him as a hostage. And because they didn't get what they want, they shot him in his head, in the back of a car, and then you have the reverse of the history. The victim is Schleyer. The Nazis is the Red Army fighting. And then to show that you can't do politics only with a moral impetus in this. We are fighting for the better world. And to fight for the better world, we can do what we judge is necessary. You have also criteria how and what you do, even if you think you are a freedom fighter. And that from our movement, this could happen, demonstrate that in our movement you had an incredible impulse for freedom and democracy, and you had also an impulse of a totalitarian view of society and a totalitarian view of acting. And this is also a responsibility that we take from the 60s. So when I say forget 68, I say, but don't stop to think about it. Just don't think that we are in a situation that, like this, you can then renew, and then you will have in France the general strike, and no, it's over.
Vivo sonhando, sonhando 1000 horas sem fim. Tempo em que vou perguntando se gostas de